Excellent. So welcome everyone. We're so excited to have you. We've got a great attendance. We've got SNHU faculty, we've got staff, students, all the support services here to support you. So there'll be a message from me to kick us off this evening, followed by Career Services, SNHU's Office of Sustainability, and then we will open it up for question and answer. Um, if you have questions along the way or comments, we ask you to put those in the chat. And what we'll do is we will compile those towards the end and make sure that those questions get answered before we leave this evening. So feel free. We are going to send everything out following this session, including the recording and the slides. So all of the resources and links that you see are all going to be provided in an email following this session. So don't feel like you need to note take anything. Just enjoy and engage with us all, and we'll share some tips along the way. So we'll kick off this evening. I want to introduce myself. My name is Tyra Davey. I'm your Associate Dean of our Environmental Science and Geosciences programs. That is just a fancy way of saying that I'm here to support you all and making sure that you're achieving your goals from the time that you start with us to the time you graduate and thereafter. I'm really excited to be able to serve you all in this capacity. And excited to tell you all about the exciting things that we have going on within the programs, all the improvements that we're trying to make sure that you are career ready along the way, having all the opportunities as you're pursuing your degree program. So a little bit about myself. I actually do live in Southern New Hampshire, although most of our staff and faculty are all over the country. I live along the beautiful seacoast of New Hampshire. I love to be out at the beach, love to go hiking with my dog up in the mountains. My background is in atmospheric science, so I'm a weather nerd. I was just watching some tornado warnings come through Massachusetts and Rhode Island this evening, which I have family. So tracking Lee as well, but really just interested in how the atmosphere impacts our day-to-day weather as well as the climate. So really excited to talk to you a little bit about our programs and the flexibility that we have, whether you're just starting or you're halfway through or just about to graduate. We really tried to make the environmental science and geoscience programs very flexible to be able to meet your needs no matter what you're interested in, why you're coming to us. The one thing that we've really seen in common with all of our students is that you all have come here because you care about something, whether it's the planet, whether it's about animals, helping people. You all really care and are really looking to accelerate your lives and careers. And so we're all here to support you in that same way. There's not a SNHU staff or faculty member that I know that does not care every single day about your success. So we really wanted to build in this flexibility so you could all customize your experience. So when you're beginning with the program or you're kind of halfway through or all the way towards the end, asking yourself, why am I here? Why did you come to SNHU? Why are you pursuing a degree in the sciences? What do you want to get out of your program? Really kind of thinking about those things and taking the time, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes this evening, thinking about why did I come here? What do I want to get out of this? What's important to me? What experience do you already have? There's a lot of folks who have come in with, as registered nurses, firefighting experience, other degrees, other experience from community colleges, taking courses, military experience. All of that is really going to help kind of shape who you are and where you want to go. And it's great to take inventory on kind of where you're coming from and where you want to head in order to get there. And we really want to be able to support you along the way. Asking yourself, where might I need support? Am I going to need support in some of my math courses, or am I not so great with, technology or computers, and that's really where I'm going to get stumped? Or am I just really busy and I'm just going to need help with time management and making sure that I can fit everything into the week that I need to be able to balance with work and family and all the other competing priorities? And what area of science do you want to specialize in? There's a lot of opportunity in environmental and geoscience. Really kind of the entire world is your oyster in terms of being able to help. And so do you want to work in a lab? Do you want to work out in the field? Do you want to work with people? Do you want to write reports? What's important to you? And what do you seem to really kind of enjoy? And then being able to talk with all of the different teams, including your advisors. We have some advisors here this evening about what you would like to do. And we have lots of different course offerings for you to be able to customize that and supplement with other experiences. And you'll hear a lot about that from other teams this evening. So no matter where you are, if you're just kind of getting on the trail with us, we want to make sure that we're here with open arms. You've got your support from your advisors. Maybe you have a peer mentor in your first year with us. But of course, then we get into some of the upper level courses, and there's lots of different trails and paths and ways that you can go about your degree program, things that you can participate in, extracurricular. What do you have time for? What are you interested in? And what's going to be the most meaningful? We know that you can't do it all the time. And so what are some of the things that we're going to highlight this evening that you can engage with that are going to be most meaningful to you? There's going to be times where you need support along the way. I hope you all, get to be able to connect this evening with one another. I know that with online learning, we're not really, kind of engaged in this kind of synchronous all together community. And here we are this evening. You're all joining us, or if you're watching the recording, know that you have other folks here who are majoring in the same thing, interested in very similar aspects of the field, and connect with them, right? There's this big community of scientists who are engaging in their degree program, and you all can connect with each other. Have peer tutors. If you're struggling in some of your courses, or there's areas that you're uneasy about or feel like you can kind of upskill in, we've got peer tutors as part of the academic support team. And unfortunately, we were hoping to have a representative from academic support here this evening to talk a little bit more about kind of tutoring and academic coaching. They are unfortunately sick and unable to present, but we have lots of resources towards the end of the presentation there that they're able to share with you. And I say, don't hesitate to reach out. There are hundreds of thousands of people who are connected with the SNHU community, and you're a part of that. You've got your faculty members. We have some instructors here on the phone tonight, all here to support you. They want to meet you. They want to support your coursework, your career goals. I, encourage you to engage with them. They have been through the same things as you. They've worked their way through the field and worked through different career challenges. They're really there to support you both in the classroom and throughout your academic time here. So connecting with your instructors is going to be really helpful. They're all here to serve you. Career Services, we're going to have a representative from Career Services speak to you all tonight about all the great and amazing resources and opportunities that they all have for you. And everyone is sitting and waiting by the phone and checking their emails, waiting for you all to engage. If there's areas where you have a goal of, I want to complete an internship in the next year, or, I want to be interviewing by the end of next year, and I want to be doing some practice interviews. Lots of opportunities, and we'll hear a lot about that coming up. And then by the time you get to the peak of the mountain, no matter what trail you've taken, we're going to be there then too. Career service is a lifelong service. Alumni, there's a huge alumni community that you can engage with, and we're all here for you. So from the time you start, pretty much forever, we're really here to support each aspect of your academics and your career journey. So we mentioned that there's going to be a few presenters this evening. They're all going to give you some quick kind of take-home homework. If there's something that stands out to you, we encourage you to engage in one of these things. You don't have to do all of the things. We're going to give you a lot of resources and a lot of information this evening. But something that stands out to you, if there's, if you're just starting, maybe talking with your advisor, what's something that you can do today or tomorrow or Friday that's going to be helpful and meaningful for you to feel engaged with the degree program as well as your academics. So considering a concentration or a minor, I mentioned these programs are very flexible and there's a lot of free elective space. So if you haven't transferred a lot of courses in, there's a great opportunity to concentrate in either natural resources and conservation or data analytics, have a minor in applied math, making you really marketable and really kind of specialize in the area that you want to focus in and get what you want out of the degree program. I'll talk really briefly about experiential learning. We have a course, Sci 360, and basically we are listening to you all through your advisors of what courses that aren't currently in our catalog that you all want to be able to take. And so we work really closely with our faculty members to give you this hands-on learning experience that's based in a field of interest. Some examples are animal behavior. We'll have an applied sustainability version of this course coming out soon. So speak with your advisors about those opportunities to really get hands-on experience while earning course credit. And maybe you might want to attend an upcoming event. You're all here this evening or you're watching the recording of the webinar. So you can already cross this one off. You've already taken the first steps to engaging with this community and learning more about your degree program. And then, like I said, Alyssa from Career is going to give a quick plug for some upcoming events in our career space. So I will turn it over to Alyssa Leskowski. She is a amazingly passionate and engaged person. She's our career engagement partner, and she's going to tell you a little bit about some of the great and free services that our career team offer.
Thank you, Tyra, so much. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this initiative this evening, and just really excited to see so many of you here taking, volunteering your time to be here with us this evening. So I hope you really are paying attention and you're taking some information away from this evening. And very, very excited to be a part of this presentation. So thank you, everyone. I'll just start off by quickly introducing myself again. But my name is Alyssa Laskowski, and I am a career engagement partner with the career services team here at SNHU. So my team focuses primarily on connecting students with the career services office and our resources early on in your academic programs. And so for those of you who have not heard about SNHU Career Services, we are a free career advising and career exploration service for current students and a free lifetime service for after you graduate. So I'm going to talk really quickly about how career services can be a benefit to you here and now. So it's most of our students that come to SNU are attending college for really a variety of career related reasons. So either students want to explore a new career or want to advance maybe within their current one. And you might not realize it, but your SNHU Career Services team can offer you much more support services than just simply providing you job postings and job opportunities. Our team can actually partner with you to help you outline your individual and your unique career plan during your college program. However, it seems, to be honest, that most students tend to wait until graduation or even after graduating to begin connecting with us in our services. And we totally understand it can be very intimidating, it can be overwhelming to start thinking about your career plans. Trust me, everyone feels this way. I've been there myself. But our career services team can help facilitate your next steps, no matter where you are currently in your career journey. And you'll get the best results if you connect with our team and our career resources early on than your graduation year or after graduating. And so I say this to know that it may not seem like a priority right now, maybe while you're getting started or if you're simply just going through your coursework, but I really can't emphasize enough the importance of reaching out to us early in your program to start planning your potential career paths that best suit you. So Tyra, if you can head to the next slide whenever you're ready, that'd be great. Awesome. Thank you. So students in environmental science or geosciences here at SNU can work in a variety of specialty areas. So that includes, of course, climate and energy, conservation, research and engineering, and much more. So, as you start thinking about your own individual career path and what your career goals are, it can be helpful to start exploring these specialty areas. Um, so, it's helpful also as you're navigating to understand what each specialty means in terms of possible career paths for you. So, just as you see here on the screen, there are just a few examples of some of the top job roles that might be worth exploring to you. So, one of the strategies, for example, might be to explore a specific specialty or occupation. And you can use sites like ONET or Away2, which are both some really great career exploration tools that we often encourage SNHU students to utilize. And they can help you plot out some potential career paths for yourself. So simply by just researching these job titles that interest you, you can review the types of responsibilities, maybe some of the skill sets and education that are required, and keep tabs on these specific occupations that really work best for you and your goals. So head into the next slide, please, Tyra. Awesome. So again, whether you're starting maybe a new career or you're maybe looking to advance in your field, or maybe you're looking to switch careers entirely, our team can assist you in a variety of different ways. So why should you start really engaging with us now? Well, first and foremost, it is a free service. So remember, we can provide support to you free for life. Also, career advisors can help you with anything related to career development, job searching tips, career planning options, even skills assessments. They can help you with your resume and your cover letters. They can help you with interview preparation, your social media presence, like your LinkedIn profile, and pointing you towards the right tools and resources that are just for you. Additionally, we utilize Handshake, which Handshake, if you've not heard of, is SNHU's private job board for SNHU students and alumni, where our nationwide employer partners they post their full-time and part-time jobs and internships that are targeting talented students like all of you. And you'll also see career events like career fairs and networking events with employers listed here on Handshake, which students can register to attend at any time during your academic program. You can also look to explore internships with us. So, internships are highly recommended to help you gain valuable industry experience that relates to your course of study. So, whether you're interested in potentially receiving academic credit for an internship or not, we do actually have a dedicated team of internship advisors that are ready and willing to help you. And of course, at the end of the day, it's really all about making connections with our team. So, making connections is a huge part you'll find of your career journey. So, by utilizing these resources, you can work with us and partner with a supportive team that can help connect you with employers or about job or internship opportunities or career events, and really learn more about yourself and how you can pursue your own individual career goals. So, next slide, please. Fantastic. So wanted to highlight here on the screen, you can always navigate to our career services homepage. It looks like this. So you can access our website. The first step is you simply just log into your My SNU. And what you'll do is you'll click on the three lines that are located at the top left-hand side of the screen, and you'll simply scroll down to the career services tab to get to our website. And click to the next slide, please. Thank you. And so this is what our career services homepage looks like. So what you can see as you're clicking on the homepage, you can navigate to a variety of different sections on our page. You can start by looking at the career explorations page. You can also navigate to our job search help, as well as internship, or what we call internship and experiences. So this will give you more information about exploring internships and experiential learning opportunities. And you'll also see additional related resources that are posted, including the link directly to our Handshake job board, link to our YouTube channel, as well as link to our Skills First, which is our free career and resume building platform. So highly encourage everyone to take a look anytime to explore all of our resources on our site. And with that, I believe I will turn it back over to Tyra. Oh, there's one more. Sorry, one more slide for you. So I know that was a lot of information thrown your way, but just wanted to kind of end it today as far as the career services information goes with just thinking about where you are currently in your career journey. Again, no matter if you're just starting out or you're well within your career path, but maybe looking to make a change or an adjustment, working with our team, we can support you along the way. So you might be asking yourselves, well, what can I do today or what can I do right now to really get a jump start on my career exploration search? There are a few simple things that you can do. Definitely encourage you to visit our SNHU Career Services website and take a peek at all of those resources I just mentioned. You can reach out to our career team directly. So you'll see here on the screen, we have our email address at coccareer@snhu.edu, or you can give us a call anytime. You can simply log into SNHU's job board Handshake and just dive right in. You can start searching and exploring job and internship opportunities to apply for. And you can also view any and all upcoming events that are posted on Handshake for the remainder of this academic year. So again, please don't hesitate to reach out to the SNHU Career Services team. We are here to support you. Thank you all so much for your time this evening. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. Excellent information. We had one question come in, and I just wanted to make sure We were able to fully address it. We had a question, I am in the military. How can I get into those internships opportunities? Is there any separate path besides kind of working with career services and checking Handshake? I know that we put the internship information at the end of the slides that I can share here as well, Alyssa, but I just wanted to make sure that I tossed you that question.
Absolutely. Great question. So, we actually have a dedicated team of career advisors who specifically support our military population. So, we definitely do encourage you to still reach out to the COC career at snhu.edu. And one of our military representatives will be able to get in touch with you shortly to help you. But also, as you navigate our career services webpage, you wouldn't see it on that little screenshot on the slide. But as you scroll down, we actually have a resource just dedicated for our military and veteran students as well. So that page on our career website has tons of valuable resources for all of our military affiliated students. So those would be the two options I would just to kick you off and as you're navigating and seeing what resources are out there for our military students.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Alyssa. And I loved seeing
Of
everyone in the
course.
chat sharing their career dreams and goals, GIS and conservation, working for the EPA, hydrology, all wonderful career areas to go into. And I'm so glad that we have programs online that are able to support you all. So next, it is my pleasure to introduce SNHU's Office of Sustainability. Mike Weinstein and Pamela Bakbarney are going to be presenting on what their office um, does for the day to day and opportunities for you all to engage with them. So I will pass it to Mike and Pamela. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tyra. Yeah, well, I guess we can go to the first slide. Do we do intros first? Is that what we're doing? I'm not sure what we're doing. Well, regardless, hi everyone. I'm Mike Weinstein. I'm your director of sustainability here at SNHU, and Pamela Bekvani is with me. Pamela, do you want to introduce yourself?
Good evening, friends. My name is Pamela Bekvani, and I'm the Assistant Director in the Office of Sustainability for Programming.
Yeah, we're so excited to be with you all tonight. Thanks, Tyra, for having us here. I just wanted to start out real quick by just explaining a little bit about what our office does, if you're unfamiliar with the Office of Sustainability at SNHU. And I think it's important for everyone in this group who's coming from a science background. But really what our office does is help set accountability to the university for being responsible to more than one thing. So traditionally, our sort of social enterprises, our schools, our businesses, our whatever, are typically accountable to a financial bottom line, right? So that they can operate. Your expenses versus your income is typically what we measure in terms of the success of an industry. And I think a lot of us have realized that that's not the only way we can measure the success of any particular organization. And so we've added other things in, such as equity, right? So what's the impact that an organization is having on its people? And SNHU is a good example of that. We have a diversity, equity, and inclusion strategic plan that covers the whole university and really asks us to make decisions at the university that are not only positively impacting our sort of economic bottom line, but also the people that we work with, right? So our staff and faculty, you, our learners, and the communities that we work in, right? So what decisions are we making, and are both do both parts benefit? Does the economy and social equity benefit? And then finally, what our office is really responsible for is adding in that third component, which is responsibility to ecological functioning or to the environment. And what that does is it asks us to not only consider the decisions that we're making and the success of the university from a financial and economic perspective, as well as a perspective of what we're doing with our people and whether we're being fair and equitable with our people, but also are the decisions that we're making as a university good for the environment, for the planet that we all live on and share. And that's really where the science comes in from all of you. And that is what we call a triple bottom line framework, where we balance all of our decisions within those three spaces. And I think that's an important concept. I was actually just talking with my partner about this. About like, geez, how much science do I actually do? Because my background is also in environmental science, in addition to other things. And I think that what's interesting is that for a lot of us, when we start out in the sciences, we kind of think about, the sort of the field work, the lab work, that sort of thing, which is really where we all get our start, right? That's where I started in science too. And what you'll find is very, very quickly, you're going to move beyond that, right? Very quickly, there's going to be, other interns who are taking your place. You're going to be moving up some sort of ladder. And I think what's more important to us then is to think about the science that you're doing and how it informs the rest of the work that you're doing in the world, because you all are going to have knowledge about the functioning of the planet, about the functioning of whatever, that's really going to impact the decisions that are made with the places that you work, in your home, in your communities. And that's what sustainability is really all about. So that's just a little bit about us and our office and the sort of philosophy behind what we do here at SNHU. And I'm going to turn it over to Pamela, who's going to talk to you a little bit about some specific opportunities if you're interested in getting involved with us in any way. So Pamela,
Thanks, Mike.
you got it.
Sure. Next slide, Tyra, please. So I oversee the EcoRep program. Right now we have 8 EcoReps and 2 of them are Global Campus, which is really exciting. Actually, one's currently Global Campus. We had 2. And I think it's a great opportunity for our team because it shows that we're able to bring Global Campus together with University Campus, and that we can do team building. We can do all kinds of great activities. An EcoRep is someone that represents SNHU and works on specific projects that we do in the Office of Sustainability. So the work that we do is very meaningful. It makes an impact on the environment and is part of our strategic goals. An EcoRep is definitely someone who's a leader and is able to represent our office in a professional manner and at the same time have fun. We're always looking for folks that are passionate about making a difference, whatever that looks like for you. We've been able to create positions for folks that come with different passions. And it's also important that students, our EcoReps model and promote environmental responsibilities. We are reflecting our actions so that our peers can learn from us. Next slide, Tyra. So we have a couple of opportunities currently, and we're specifically looking for Global Campus students like you. We're seeking 2 students, one that could do some data analytics with our data analytics or business strategist. I think that's her title. I got to remember this better. Sorry, Mike. She's actually, if you think about Global Campus, she's a woman that we just hired who was working at Texas A&M, and she currently resides in Texas and is a key integral player to our team. So it's really exciting to have Mike and I are both on campus, and we get to work with Jesse, who's off campus. So we're looking for a Global Campus student who could support some of our data analytics, our reporting, and working very closely with Jesse. I think it's a great opportunity. We had a student that did that before. And if you're interested, I can explain more about what that role would look like. And then we have a newer position that we're calling a Sustainability Commons Ambassador, EcoRep. We're looking for someone, a student like someone out there who would be interested in developing and supporting and facilitating an affinity group for students who are interested in sustainability programs. Maybe they're enrolled as a sustainability student, a STEM student, it could be a science background student, but we're really looking for someone to bring Global Campus students together and have a kindred spirit. This person would help monitor a chat, share ways to get involved, help develop content, and really work with me to really capture some engagement with our Global Campus students. There's 200,000 of you out there, and we would love to have more engagement with our Global Campus population out there. So again, if you have any interest whatsoever, even you just wanted to ask me a question about sustainability, maybe you're thinking, I don't have the skills, I don't have the talent, I don't have the ability. I say dare to be different and give it a shot. Reach out to us and see what you have to offer. We've had some great success with our EcoReps. So my last name is Bekvani, and it's a cool name. It's a merge between my wife's last name and my last name. It's not a real name. We had it legally changed, so it's always hard to pronounce. But my email is on the bottom of the slide. And when in doubt, just email sustainability@snu.edu. So I hope to hear from some of you rock stars out there. I think, is there one more slide, Tyra? Yes. So what can you do today? So here's a great way to get connected to us by checking out our SharePoint. We're going to be having some sustainability activities for Sustainability Month in October. And then we'll be doing some global days of service in March and April. So always looking for ideas. Again, you know how to find us, sustainability@snu.edu. So thanks, and create a sustainable day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much, Pamela. We've got some great interest here in the chat. I didn't see any questions come through. You all shared such great information about what your office does and opportunities for our online learners to get involved. Excellent. As I mentioned, before we close out or open for Q&A, you all will receive a link to this recording as well as the slides. Let me just pop in the chat. Just want to make sure that you have registered for the event. So if you bypass this link at all and manage to find your way into this Teams meeting, that is wonderful. There's no problem with that, but we'll want to make sure that you register through that link. That'll give you that will give us your email address so that you're all on the list in order to be able to get all of the resources that we shared this evening. Before the Q&A, we'd love if you could share your thoughts by completing the brief survey here. I have a QR code and also a link that I'll pop in the chat, and I see some good questions coming through already. So we'd love to hear your thoughts on this session. We would love to host it again. Let's see, majoring in environmental science and minoring in data analytics currently. And I guess I might have gotten confused, but thank you so much. Okay, perfect. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, by taking a few of those courses in data analytics, you can end up with a data analysis and science concentration. Great question. And can I put the SharePoint link here? Yes, I can. Absolutely. Thanks for all the great information. We're taking advantage of Handshake and all the career services offered. Thank you, Pamela, for popping that in the chat. Excellent. Looks like we have a question that just came through for Alyssa. Does career services provide resources for international job or internship opportunities? Great question, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob, for asking. It does vary. I will be honest, as far as international job or internship search opportunities, they are few and far between and quite limited for our reach within our team, as we do specialize in U.S. or U.S. located internship and job opportunities. I do encourage you to still reach out to our career services team. Again, there might be some opportunities, or I definitely would encourage you to take a look at Handshake, which is our job board and internship board, if you are interested in exploring international opportunities. And I did include as well in the chat, we might have to scroll, but I can add it again, is a link to the Shapiro Library's career guide, which is a fabulous resource we often provide students, and it does have a section specifically dedicated for those who are interested in looking for international opportunities. So again, as far as the volume of them, they are pretty limited, and it's not necessarily something our team specializes in. But if that is a career goal of yours, still reaching out to our team to see if there's any additional information or resources out there that can be provided to you, I think is still a great idea.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Alyssa. And then we have a question about the Sci 360 course. So I just wanted to go in a little bit more detail about that. That is a course that we offer basically topic areas that fall within the experiential learning. And so it requires students to participate in hands-on experience. So prior to this year, we did not have a field methods course. So as an example, Mike Weinstein, who's the director of sustainability, actually taught that course online. So it was Sci 360 field methods. And so everyone was responsible for going out and collecting data or using data that was available online to analyze and write a hypothesis and test their hypothesis and come up with conclusions and write a paper and present and get some of that hands-on experience. Animal behavior, we have a lot of trap data and live cams and things like that in terms of being able to study animal behavior. So it is a different type of course where you're basically getting some hands-on experience in that topic area, reflecting on it and sharing professionally about how that helped you to grow each week. And so, like I said, there's a few different versions of that. Animal behavior is one of them. We also have a certs and licensures. One, if you're interested in pursuing a certification or license, say in environmental science, like a HAZWOP or 40-hour, we have an instructor who specializes in being able to support students as they begin to pursue those certifications. So those are a few different examples of that. And then it looks like you had a follow-up question. Or should I be asking my advisor how to take electives that aren't offered? Like I know animal behavior is only for the concentration for wildlife and conservation. Right, yeah. So most students who are taking Sci 360 are using their elective space or part of kind of their open free electives as part of environmental or geosciences, because it would fall within that Sci prefix. So working with your advisor and seeing what offerings are coming up and whether or not it fits within your schedule will be the best way to kind of go about that. Whereas a concentration will be likely separate, where natural resources and conservation has 6 courses to be able to choose from as part of that. But there's opportunity if you have, questions, talking with your advisor, being able to use Sci 360 as one of those courses that fits within your concentration. Definitely having that conversation will be helpful with your advisor. I hope that answers your question. Then I've got lots of great questions coming in. Sorry. I'm going to pass this back to Pamela for Chase's question. What kind of things would we be doing in the EcoRep group? Oh, and I think you're muted, Pamela. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Sorry about that. I couldn't get the mute off.
no
So
worries.
the things that the 2 positions that we're looking for that I'd mentioned is the affinity group or the comms eco rep, and then a data analytical person. So someone who's likes number crunching, looking at energy reports, working in collecting data around the campus with our data business partner, our business analyst, I'm sorry. So those are the 2 positions we're currently looking for in terms of eco reps. And I already had one of the students here, Tyra, send me her resume and said she's interested. So I won't shout out her name, but I'm pretty impressed. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. That's great to hear. We're definitely looking for passionate folks to work with those teams. And Pamela and Mike have done a really nice job at bringing the campus-based eco reps and the online eco reps together to do some team building and teams calls like this where everyone can connect. And if you're somewhat local, if there's an opportunity to be able to come together and be able to do something in person, definitely be great. Jessica asks, I'm majoring in environmental science. What's a complementary minor? That's a great question, Jessica. I think it depends on where your interests lie. If there's something that you'd really want to use to differentiate yourself. I know I mentioned applied math. There are a few environmental science majors that have pursued that. I've also seen political science and history, depending on what your ultimate goals are. If you wanted to work in policy or work for the Park Service, different government organizations, those types of minors could be really helpful. And being able to take a look, even if there's not a minor that's available, but being able to customize your learning path if you're interested in more of data analytics or GIS and being able to use like technology and different tools to study the environment. There's definitely opportunities, even if it's not a minor, to be able to take those courses and get experience with that. And even just see if you like it, if that's going to work well for something that you'd be interested for your career path. It's a great question. Okay. And I see a few internship questions, Alyssa. I'm not sure if we got to these in the chat. I'm just still catching up. It looks like.
Yeah, I was trying to eye them, but they were rolling in pretty
Yep.
quickly here. So I think I was able to get to most of them, but I've just been popping in some internship resources directly into the chat. So if any students have those questions, you can just take a look at some of those links I've been providing.
Perfect. Excellent. Thank you. I will peruse through here really quickly. Are there ever 2 weeks of intensive opportunities for online students to take campus-only courses? That's a great question, Greta. So we have had campus students take online courses. And we are just starting conversations right now, what that might look like for online students to be able to take campus-based courses. They would fall within the 16-week structure that campus follows. But more recently, we have gone through, there's a campus-based environmental science program that we went through and aligned and make sure that everything was aligned well, that everyone was taking the same courses, no matter whether you were online or on campus, to really start to break into those types of opportunities. So we're looking into that and kind of what the technology requirements would be, and the term structures are a little bit different, but we're definitely heading in that direction. So that's a great question. I like where your head's at. Let's see, which elective should I take if I'm going to concentrate on hydrology? That's a great question. We have a course in field methods and technologies, which is ENV 220. That's a really great class that gives you hands-on experience with some of the hydrology type skills that you'd be looking at if you were working in the field. The geology courses are also another great one to be able to understand kind of the whole process in earth system science. So those are some great classes. We are looking into being able to offer hydrology eventually online. Right now it is just a campus-based course, but we are definitely having conversations about that. So not something that we offer a specific class in right now, but definitely something that's on our radar. Great questions. That I see. What will be the salary for an environmental scientist in natural resources conservation? Great question. I'm going to put some program page information in here because we work really closely with our marketing team, who basically watches workforce trends and salaries for different aspects within environmental and geoscience. So I'll pop those links in there as well for both environmental science and geoscience. From our snhu.edu page. Okay. Melissa, you said you've gotten to those other internship questions. I would take a look. Caitlin, I see your question. Can you clarify what this certification for environmental science is? Should I ask my advisor about the certification? Yeah, if you can ask them about when that's offered next. We have Sci 360 for those certifications. So if there's a certification that is relevant to industry that you are interested in pursuing, definitely being able to take that as part of your coursework through Sci 360 is going to be a great opportunity so that you can earn academic credit for you also getting that hands-on experience. So kind of a twofer there. See some Alyssa answers here. Thank you so much. Oh, great question, Tanya. I'm interested in a chat group for environmental science majors, somewhere to post available webinars we have about and or just for general chat related to our program and courses. Is something like this available? Excellent question. We don't have an informal space or really kind of a student club space for that type of interaction to date, but there's a really great community within LinkedIn. It's basically SNHU community on LinkedIn. If you search it, you join that group. That's a really great way to get connected with current students, employers. I know Alyssa's team regularly posts in there for different events and webinars that are coming up. And I regularly follow that group and we'll share different webinars that are happening, whether it's through the EPA or Esri has a free GIS workshop, different things like that. So that's a really great way to get connected in kind of a professional setting, and would really enjoy to see some more environmental science and geosciences folks jumping in there. Great question. Okay. I am in the Geosciences program, and I'd like to know if there are any specific courses that are meteorology intensive or maybe some opportunities outside of interning that could help me get some experience in meteorology. That's a great question, Dylan. That's my background, actually, so I love talking about this. So one of our courses is atmospheric science. That's Sci 207, which is part of your Geosciences program. That's a really great opportunity to just learn really kind of the foundations and dynamics of how the atmosphere functions and works, and gives you some kind of early kind of forecasting experience. We don't have kind of a stepping stone course past that, just to really kind of leave the program very flexible. But if there's opportunities that you're looking for to get more experience with meteorology, becoming Skywarn certified is a really great opportunity through the National Weather Service, basically becoming a on-the-ground spotter for different weather events that are occurring. So they'll walk you through how to read a radar and different aspects of tornado signatures and all of that interesting stuff, hail, wind damage, all of those sorts of things. And you're able to report to the National Weather Service and actually help them out. So a nice kind of certification, but also some citizen science experience that can go a long way in terms of getting your foot in the door. Interning is really great, but like I said, LinkedIn is also a really great resource for being connected with that community of meteorologists. It's very small, close-knit community. So if there's interest there, feel free to find me on LinkedIn as well. And I post regularly on different things that are going on, different opportunities that would be relevant to someone who's interested in that field and breaking in. Let's see here. Samantha asks, I'm an environmental science major. Would I need to chat with my advisor about leaning into the conservation as a minor for it? Yes, so natural resources and conservation is the name of the concentration. Concentrations are easy because we have them kind of basically stacked off of your major requirements. So it only requires you to select courses that are most relevant to you. It doesn't actually add any additional courses to your program. And so that would be something that you would talk with your advisor about. Great question. Okay. Looks like we've got another question in there about internships. SNHU will be introducing master's degree in geoscience or geology anytime soon. Great question, Ashley. I would love that. I think we're maybe probably a few years out from that, but definitely conversations about different opportunities that we might have to stack a master's degree program on top of our existing bachelor's degree programs. Great question. That's my dream and my goal. I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon, but definitely something that we're having conversations about. Great question. How long is the course to get your degree in environmental science? I never really asked when I started courses, just curious. Great question. I will put, I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment so I can grab those links out from the SNHU.edu page really quickly for geosciences and environmental science. This will tell you the credit load that is required. It'll also tell you beginning salaries in different areas, all those good things that everyone had really great questions on. And I'll make sure we add both of these to the slides as well. So everybody has them as part of the kind of goodie bag that we'll send out later this week. And same question around master's degrees. Yeah, there's conversations happening about what this might look like. It's very early phases, but definitely mentioning this to your advisors is really helpful, showing that there's a need and an interest that folks want to continue their education is really, really helpful, as we won't really offer a master's degree program if there's not high interest in it. And so if that's something that you're looking for and you want to stick with SNHU after you complete your bachelor's, having those conversations with your advisors, letting them know is super, super helpful. Okay, what kinds of keywords should be used for when looking for jobs? There's some really great resources, Melissa, on Handshake as well as the career services site. So that is the one thing that I wanted to make sure that we covered as well today, is that we are doing a career webinar series this spring. So basically we wanted to get you all kind of settled into your science program in this session, let you know who we are, and we're going to have a 3-part series, likely in January, February, and March, where we give really concrete tips and steps on ways to get engaged with career. We'll bring in alumni to talk about what they're doing. some of the challenges and wins of their early career journeys after graduating. We'll bring in recruiters for them to share tips on searching for jobs and making sure your resume ends up at the top of the list, all of those good things. And so more to come on that as well. So staying connected with us, and we'll be sharing out the same information as we get closer to that. So you'll register through the same system. We'll host it in Teams very similarly. Let me make sure we're getting all these questions here. There's so many good questions. Are there opportunities to be involved with organizations that work to change legislation? In May this year, the Supreme Court decided on the Clean Water Act in the case of Sackett versus EPA. Yep, that's just one of the more recent examples I could think of. This kind of action I want to be in on. That's a great question. There's not something that we have directly related to how we have our courses set up. I know we have an environmental policy course where we offer resources and areas for students to get more engaged with that type of work. We don't have any formal structure in terms of working on legislation, but there are opportunities to be able to practice those types of skills and be able to integrate them into your local community and areas for that. So that's a really great question. And definitely kind of leaning towards internships. If you see that there's opportunities out there to get more hands-on experience and work in those kinds of settings to make a difference. Great question. Skywarn training is free as well. That's right, Barbara. Awesome. Yes, this is definitely being recorded. We'll send out this and the slides so you didn't miss anything. No worries. Okay, let me make sure. Got everything. Wonderful. I don't think I missed any questions. I do see one hand raised. If you'd like to come off mute and ask your question. I'm so appreciative of everyone's time and excellent engagement this evening. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, my question was, I can't write anything on the chat. It's like it's blocked.
Oh no.
Get any. Yes, if you send links through the chat, I couldn't get it. It was blocked. So I want to ask a question as well, but I couldn't. It didn't go through.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let me see if I can get you. Not sure if I can get it promoted to attendee. I'm looking for your name here. But we will send everything out following. So apologies if I imagine that was frustrating. And hopefully my my narration of all the questions was not droning on at all. But thank you all so much for your time this evening. I'm going to pause the recording, but I just really appreciate everybody's time and engagement. Please don't be a stranger. We're here to support you, like I said. And, always reach out with any questions or anything that we can do to best support you.